last week I made black raspberry jam. Only one of the jars set. So I decided, well, instead of having all these jars once again of syrup, I'm going to do it all over again. I don't have to add sugar. I'm not adding sugar again because there's already enough in it. I don't need the sugar. I'm just going to add some Sure Gel, the sugar-free. Hopefully that'll work. If not, then I'll have syrup. I'm not doing this the third time. So what I did was I emptied all the jars into a bowl, and it's like a thick gel in here, almost actually. But I am going to put my immersion blender in there because there's still big chunks of those humongous blackberries. So, well, as soon as I plug it in, I'll use it. The lids of the rings are simmering on the stove. I have the water in my electric water bath canner. I don't have it started yet to go boil, but once I put everything in the jam maker here, I'll go ahead and turn the water on. So forgive the noise for a moment. Big chunks. I'm just going to let that be like it is. There aren't as many chunks, but there are still some there. Okay. Turn the burner off under the canning lids. And I am going to put all this into the jelly maker. If Fresh Tech has one of their sales again this year, and they offer this jelly maker at their discounted price like they did last year, it's a good investment, especially for those that they don't want to use their glass top stove on their pressure cookers on their glass top stove or water bath canners, because on a the newer glass top stoves, the heat does not stay, you know, regulated at boiling at all times. Plus, if you scooch anything heavy over, you do have the possibility of possibly breaking the glass. Now this stove that we had to find one that fit the opening that was already here, which was 40 inches across, and those are very expensive. So I'm not taking the chance. I'm going to push jam. I'm going to get my lid. Now the lid has perforations in it over here to let the air escape. And you get to do jam or jelly. I hit jam and I'm going to hit enter. It starts out at 21 minutes. I think it's after 4 minutes it'll beep. That's when you put either your sugar in, your gel in. Now gel you put at the beginning. You add your sugar when it beeps at you. Okay, so since I'm not adding any more sugar, I'm going to go ahead and add my gel to it. And there you go. That's what it looks like. It has its own little stir, and it heats up, so it will get up to temperature like if you did it on the stove or on, like I do on a camping stove in the summer. So I'm going to let that stir up and incorporate. I have my spatula ready. I have some little jars ready, and then I have 2 8-ouncers. And that's about it. So what's everybody doing this weekend? We're not doing much. I'm going to put, I think today I'm making tacos for dinner. They were requested by my grandson. I already have a corned beef thawed out, so that'll be tomorrow, corned beef, cabbage, and some potatoes. What else was I planning on doing today? I have some apples I'm going to put into the crock pot and cook them down for applesauce. I'm not going to can those because there isn't really a whole lot to worry about canning. So I'm going to put it in, if it ends up being a quart jar, I'll give that to Cassie, our youngest daughter-in-law, to take home and give to the kids, because I know the girls love homemade applesauce, and I'm sure Anthony will also. So that's about it. Oh, I'm going to do some fermenting. So I'll do a video on that because I have 2 different things I want to try. So I'll be back. Okay, we're down to 2 minutes. And when I mentioned earlier about, yes, this does boil, like even if you do it over on a stove or a camping stove, you can see the steam, and it is boiling. Now this is a 3-piece, obviously, the lid is separate. This base is separate, that's the bowl and that you put your fruits in, and then there's the paddle, that comes off so clean. And then this bottom part is where the burner is, almost like a induction burner. This also has the flat portion on it. We have another minute to go. And we'll start loading it into our jars. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Like I said, not much going on here. Daryl is working on his wooden plaques. just to let folks know he is doing wooden plaques that most any picture or graphic, clip art can be done on it. Right now, I had him do a chicken. He has one of those things like the illusion, the faces, and there's the beeping that's done. And then I also had him do a canning jar. I thought a lot of the homesteading ladies would like a canning jar done. We can always put your name inside of it. Surprisingly enough, no one has said anything about any of them as far as wanting one. So you never know how it works. So I'll go ahead and take the lid off, and I will place it in the sink. Have the funnel. Separate these a little bit. There we go. Actually, I need to find me a pot holder right here so I can take that paddle out of there. So I can scoop everything a lot easier. Obviously the paddle's hot. There we go. I'll put this in the sink also. Well, the dogs must have seen a bird fly over or a snowdrop fall on their face. It's amazing what they bark at. Now there still are chunks of blackberry in here, but they're not as big as what they were the first time. And it takes almost a full scoop for a 4-ounce jar. I'm going to need to use the 8-ounce jars. See if I can bend this down any farther. There we go. Give you almost a bird's eye view. I have a little bit more left. I'm going to cheat and just put it, and I'll put this in the fridge, and this is what we'll nibble off of. Actually, it's too big, but more in there than I thought would be. It disappeared there for a moment. I went to get the spatula. And this is already thickening up right here, so perfect. Boiled lids and rings. I already have the water is boiling to can them in, to get them to seal. There we go. I have one down. You need to wipe off the tops of your jars, or the rubber gaskets won't seal when you put them in the water bath canner. A small basin that I'm going to put these in. That way I can just carry them all over to the canner instead of going back and forth and back and forth. Sounds like a good deal to me though. Okay. Now once these are put in the water bath canner, bring the water back up to boil and let it boil for 10 minutes. I then turn off the heat, and I may let them sit for another minute or two, and then I will take them out and I'll put them back on a clean towel. Obviously this one isn't clean anymore. All my drippings. Sometimes almost immediately you will hear the lid you'll start hearing the pinging. There we go. one. I had a few more lids and rings in there than I needed, but that's fine. Okay, got my handy dandy picker-upper. I'll take this over there and then I'll come back and get you. Okay, hello. I'll bring you over here. I have this sitting on my counter because somewhere down here there is a spout, and this you can open up once you're done. The water just drains into the sink, so you don't have to lift and schlep this anywhere. There's the degree, there we go, knob. It's over on canning. It's, once I put the jars in, it's not quite to boiling yet, but I do have enough water. I didn't have to make 2 levels because the 8-ounce jar, there was enough to put those 2 8-ounce jars in there. So I will put the lid back on and I will bring you back in 10 minutes. Okay, it's been a little bit over 10 minutes. Water bath canner is turned off and unplugged. I try to always open it from the back because of the steam. First time I did this, first time I used it, because I do have a hanging plant here, trust me, I had some dead leaves after a few days. But this is what the inside looks like. So I'm going to take them out. Okay, I'm going to bring the jars. I folded my towel in half. This is the one that has all the raspberry in the middle of it. So everything's turned off, and I'll be back in a minute. That's the sound that any canner listens for, because you know your jars have sealed. And the ones that don't seal, I just keep in the fridge, and those are first to be used. So that's it. I have all my blackberry done, and this is the one that I had leftovers, and I guess I did have enough almost for this big bowl, and it's not moving. You know, you can do that like the Dairy Queen. I just forgot what those thick freezy things. I can't remember the name of them, but anyway, you can turn this one upside down. It's not melting. It's not dripping. So I got the consistency I wanted. So like, subscribe, share it to Twitter, to Facebook. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies. They may like this. I'll see you later.